Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So, in today's episode, I'd like to see if we can't maybe find some more dinosaurs to incapacitate and bring back to our enclosure here. They're going to have to be herbivores if we're going to keep them all in the same one, so maybe, if we can come across more brontosauruses or some triceratops or, whatever, as long as it's not going to hunt what's already in there. We'll try to bring some more dinosaurs back. We also have a new bandit camp quest that we'll need to deal with. I don't really care about the reward. It's another hunter reactive helmet, which is something that we already have and have not used and probably never will use, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's in here. I'm sure you guys know what I'm referring to. Yeah, there it is. So it looks like that. It's kind of a futuristic looking thing. I'm just not a fan, so I'm not going to use them, because they don't really, I don't think they serve much of a purpose. They obviously protect like any other helmet. And it looks like it does have some toxic sensitivity reduction and maybe a little bit more shooting accuracy. But ultimately, it's just not something I really care to use. So we're going to do this anyways, but I'm not doing it for the reward. Whereas before we were getting like cool air bombardment things and stuff. But ultimately, I don't really care about this one. I just wanted to get the experience and do the quest to keep things interesting. Also, a couple things. I wanted to thank some people. Unfortunately, I don't have the comments in front of me, so I'll have to just do kind of a general thank you. But a couple of people pointed out some very helpful tips, one of which was expanding the... So if we go to the mod settings for setup camp, there is an adjustment we can make so we can have the maps that we load into a little bit bigger. And that should really help when we go to trap those dinos, because the very small minimal maps before, which were I think as small as like the 50 there, were just too small to really spawn anything. So I've brought it up to 150 to 300, which is, like the upper 2/3 of the limit, more or less. So the maps that we load into when we do this sort of stuff will be a lot bigger and therefore have a lot more creatures on them. So that's super useful. And somebody else reminded me, and I couldn't believe I forgot this, but through the change mirror, I can actually change the color of clothing items. And so this whole beret thing was a lot more simple than I was making it. I can just make cloth berets, and we should maybe crank out a few more. It looks like we have 2 queued up, and I'll probably do 3 just to be safe. But once we have the cloth berets, I can take them over here and color them whatever I want. So that will solve our issue. And I don't remember if we had any made already. But if I want them red, I can color them red. If I want to make them black like Marins, I can color them black. I actually tested a couple of things off camera just to see what I can make work. And unfortunately, when I make them with cloth, they come out kind of white. So that was disappointing, and if I try to spawn them in, I can't control what the material is. So even if I make cloth ones and delete them and then try to spawn cloth ones in so they look identical to hers, they won't, because they'll just come out whatever color the random material was, and to get them to be cloth is very difficult. So rather than spawning in 100 items, I can just make them out of cloth and then color them with that. So that was very helpful as well. Anyways, let's see about putting together a team to send on this mission. I don't know how much of this bathroom I've progressed off camera, so I think you guys saw some of this last episode, but the bathroom is essentially done now with the exception of the walls and the ceiling and the lights. But otherwise, this is all plumbed and usable. It's just got no privacy at the moment because it's still outdoors. This has all been fixed, though I think that happened... I don't remember if that was done last episode. But anyways, everything's been shifted so that this is perfectly symmetrical now. Well, I don't know if symmetrical is the right word, but it's all centered and mirrored based on the hotel. So before, this was like over a little bit, and the square wasn't actually a square. It was like a longer rectangle, and then the square wasn't centered on the building or on the hotel because it was actually centered like over here because this was too far. It was a mess. So we've got that all fixed now. This has been fixed as well down here. And you can see I've had to maneuver the tables around a little bit to make that work. These are smaller tables. And then what was left over there got shifted over here with a couple of extra benches, I think. I don't remember. Sorry, stools. I don't remember if I had to craft new ones or not, but there's a nice new seating area over here for people that want to sit and watch the dinosaurs run around. And then I've laid out the blueprints for this over here. We're going to let them do the floors, and I don't know if I should forbid the walls for this yet. I don't know why I said yet. I don't know if I should forbid them and let them focus on the warehouse or just kind of let them do both. We're getting some progress down on the floors over here at least. And the walls are being done. It's just a very slow process because they have to sort of make the concrete as we go. But it's getting done. So, let's load up the world map and then I'll join you guys when that's done. So the new bandit camp quest is up here. I figure we'll put together a small team. We'll wait until the morning though because it's like 4 a.m. And we'll send them somewhere up the road this way and have them just set up camp maybe halfway, or they can do it along the river. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to load into an area, see what sort of dinosaurs are there. If there's nothing, then maybe we'll move up the road a little bit and check again. If there's nothing, then we'll just continue on our way to the outpost. If we get something, then we'll bring it back. Because we're on the road, it should be relatively quick travel, you know, either way. But I'd like to snatch some dinos, bring them back to our enclosure. And then again, if we just come up dry, then we'll head straight on to the quest, which it looks like there's 8 enemies. So bringing like 5 people, I think, would be sufficient. Maybe even 4, but I think 5 is a better number. So as soon as it's morning and these people are awake, we'll start putting that together. We'll probably send like Riker, who's going to need to ditch these guns and take a bola. We'll send Allison, who's going to need to grab a bola. Bruce, he can take one too, but he's more of our, like, you know, base of fire. He kind of sets up and covers everybody. And then we'll send Boss and Lester as well, so we'll send those 5. By the way, I was thinking, since I've been adjusting their clothes a little bit. I don't recall what people were wearing at the end of last episode because it's been a little bit of time in between recording those two. But Rianne, I've made look like an adult now. I forgot I said I was going to do that because she joined us fairly young. I think she was like 16 or 17. So she was the thin body type. And I said when she, you know, crossed the threshold into adulthood, then I would, you know, give her the female body type to sort of stimulate her growing up. And I've done that. I gave her the clothes I had picked out for her initially, but that made her look a lot like Billa. So I took Billa's leather jacket away that she was wearing, and I think I'm going to basically dress her the way that Z was, now that Z's kind of lost some of her personality with the uniform that she has on. So Billa, come over here and throw on her gym clothes and this vest. Sorry, jacket. And then I'm actually going to have Z ditch her hat as well. And we'll have Billa take that. And we'll give Billa a new haircut, too. She's going to be sort of like the stereotypical middle-aged woman that dresses like she's 20 still. Because you have to have one of those in the colony, right? And it's just going to make her look a little bit more distinct. Because, again, we're putting a lot of these people in uniform, and that's fine for identifying who our primary fighters are. But for everybody else, I don't want them to look too samey because they all kind of have their own roles that they fill. So we'll start by, you know, dressing her a little bit different. She's got body armor on, so she'll be protected, but otherwise she'll look kind of distinct. And we'll give this to somebody else, I don't know who, but there we go. Run over here now, please, and grab that baseball cap. And then, if you could, run over here, and we're going to change your hairstyle. We'll probably recolor it, too. Alright. Z, we'll get you a beret whenever they're done being made. And, Ayala, did you ditch your clothes? What are you wearing right now? Oh, I think that's what Rianne was wearing. Those are not in good shape, though. I guess you can come wear this, because this is still nearly 100%. So yeah, why don't you come throw this on? Because that'll look closer to your original clothes, though. I'm not sure. That's probably what she was wearing before. Yeah. So we'll have to get that replaced. I need to sell some of this stuff, too. That shouldn't get sold, though. That should be somebody's uniform. But I'm pretty sure you guys are all in uniform. You've got your cloth combat uniform, olive, perfect. That looks like the same thing, and yeah, so do you. So I guess we just have an extra for whoever else is going to join the security team. That's fine. Edward gets the next rifle, by the way. Still waiting on that to finish right here. Oh wait, there's one ready. Z, you know what, Z should have the upgrade first because she's using an SMG, which is just not up to par with the actual assault rifles, which he technically has with an AKM. The AKM is just not going to be as good as an M16. But still an improvement, so we will get him one. It's just not going to be a priority. Okay, go ahead and grab that. And you know what? For the time being, why don't you wear this? I know it's tattered and dead man's clothes, but I'm just curious. We'll have you kind of rock the red for a little bit. And I think I do like the black better. It matches the black on the vest. So I think we'll do all black. But again, we've got time and we can kind of play with it. So let's go out to the world map now and get this group put together now that it's 8 a.m. So we're going to have Riker take the lead. Oh, before I do that though, hold on. Before I do that, we need to get them properly equipped. So Riker, finish talking to Tetsuo. Come on. Alright, there you go. Okay, then I need you to run down here, unload some of the crap that you're carrying from the last mission, and grab a bola. And we'll have a couple of other people join you. I'm just going to have them, I'm going to draft them and send them down there so I don't need to micromanage it. You don't need one probably. Boss. How good a melee fighter are you? I feel like Bruce should have the knife. So yeah, you know what? Come down here, both of you. We're going to give Bruce the knife, and you're going to take a bola. Lester, I almost feel like you should have a knife as well, but I don't have an extra. That's something we need to start producing. But anyways, you come down here, you're going to take a bola too. And we can make those here. So since we've made all of our bolas, let's pump out some steel knives. I think we'll make like 6. They're not very expensive. You know what? I'll do like 10. Because that'll be 300 steel. It's really not that much. And that'll allow me to give anybody with some proficiency for melee combat a sort of backup melee weapon. Because when they do get engaged in melee, fighting with their rifles often doesn't work particularly well. Okay, so Lester, you're going to pick up that bola. And get back out here. Boss, do me a favor, drop the knife. Oh, Billa's ready. Okay, so hairstyles, let's start from the bottom. I think we've seen a lot of these. Oh, I should have had her do this before the hat. Let's see. Something like that could work. It's got to be kind of long or the hat hides it, I feel like. That might be too long though. Is there a balance somewhere? That could work. Either of those, I think. That's not bad either. I guess do this one. And let's make it kind of blondish. Something like that, and then drop the saturation. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, so that's Billa's new look. I should have paused. Boss, do me a favor, go grab a bola. Bruce, you are going to pick up that steel knife. It says something's wrong with this mod because I can't equip anything as a sidearm anymore. So I'm just having them pick it up. As long as it's a weapon, it'll show up down here. But I don't know that he will manually switch to, or automatically, excuse me, switch to it when he needs to. So that's a little bit concerning. But what can you do? Okay, Allison, come over here and pick up that bola. Where did Riker go? There you are. Drop those guns, and then you come grab this one. Okay, so everybody has a bola. I will then undraft them so they can, well, they're going to have something to do very shortly here. So they can get ready for the caravan, I guess. Oh, we could send Gomez too, but she's doing our recruiting right now, so I don't think that's necessary. Where's Allison? I feel like she should be in here somewhere. Anyway, we got Bruce. There's Allison. And Boss. So that's 5. That should be more than enough to deal with these threats. And then we'll send the 5 mounts that we normally do. So there we go. Cool. Items. Let's bring 26 meals. That's going to cover us for what? 5 days? I think we'll be alright. Let's actually... That's half a day. And we're not going to go that far. So, oh crap. I always forget that doing that clears everything. I don't like the way this system works sometimes. Let me reset everything. So we want to be going... Let's just start like here, I guess. We'll go a little bit up, and then to our destination. Well, our ultimate destination. So for food, we're going to do like 26, which is 5 days worth. That should be plenty. And they will forage along the way as well. And then we'll send them with, I guess like 13 herbal medicines, probably fine. I think that'll be good enough. So we'll lock it in and let them get ready. Gomez is doing what? You're feeding prisoners berries. Okay, I mean, as long as the berries are getting used, but they can get their own food. I don't know why they insist on doing that. But whatever. It'll just sit there, somebody will eat it, or somebody will ignore it, and nothing will really come of it, so who cares? How are we doing everywhere else? It looks like Tails is having a bath. Are we making any progress on this? Looks like Virgil is going to do some more concrete floors. This place is filthy, though. That's partly because I don't have the boars restricted from this area, so they're trudging through dirt and then tracking it in here. Oh no, he actually built one of the walls. Cool. 2 of the walls, even. Was that not... It looked like he was carrying steel. I guess it was concrete. Okay. Well, we need some more concrete over here. Ah, there's another gun finished. Where did it go? Where did you drop it? There. Okay. So that's going to be a Duard's gun. Because Z, you have one. Tone has had one for a while. Edward is next. So go equip that, please. And now we just need somebody to actually come and work on these hats. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Well, Elijah's made some knives for us. Just drop it on the ground right there. So who is in need of a melee weapon? You have one. You have one. I'm sure you could probably use one as well. Yeah. The issue is, like, I don't want them to have too many sidearms, because that's going to limit what they can carry. But a thrown, like a primary weapon, a rifle, a thrown weapon, a bola for dealing with dinosaurs, and a knife, all are kind of useful. So I'm not sure. I could just get rid of the thrown weapon, I guess. You have 2 different sets of incendiaries. It's probably not necessary. Marin, you don't, or you actually do have a knife. But is that, what quality is it? Normal steel knife. Marin, why don't you take this one? Go ahead and pick it up, and we'll have you ditch the one that you have. And I don't know who will get that one, but somebody will. Z, I don't know if it's worth giving you one. Not worth giving Tone one for sure. You should have a melee weapon. Eduard should as well, so I guess Eduard, when he's done with that, where is Marin right now? I'll ask him to pick that up too. Okay. Let's speed things up a little bit so that we can get them on this mission faster. Okay, the caravan's away. Let's see what their estimated time of arrival is. It says 0.2 days, so a couple of hours, unless they decide to stop and rest on the road. Hopefully they don't. But we'll see. Billa, what are you up to? Harvesting berries, I think? Yeah. Well, harvesting rice now. You were pretty proficient in melee, right? Yeah, so you should have a knife as well, just in case things fall apart and that shotgun becomes a little bit less useful. But I do think maybe getting her something rapid fire would be wiser, because the more shots she puts out, the more likely she is to hit something. So maybe this thing here, I think it's got a pretty good fire rate. It's burst shot of 3, warm up of 0.5, cooldown of 0.9, versus like the Thompson's. It's burst of 3, warm up of 0.5. Oh, so the Thompson shoots a little bit faster. Good to know. I don't know if something like this shoots relatively quickly. Burst of 3, yeah, it's about the same. And then we have things like this too, burst of 3. Yeah, they're all more or less the same. I'll have to compare accuracies, but it looks like we have a lot of options that sort of fit that sort of, what's the word, like bracket. So Billa, you're sowing rice. Whenever you're done with that, come or pick this up, I guess, since I can't have you equip sidearms anymore. Okay, our team is arriving at our destination. Now I have to micromanage this because they won't automatically set up camp. I have to actually tell them to do it. So luckily I caught them right as they were about to get there, but potentially they could have just been sitting there waiting if I had forgotten about it. So I'm glad that I didn't. We'll wait for the map to load up, which it's doing right now, and then we'll hopefully find some dinosaurs. Okay, so here we are. There's the river. Oh, cool. What do we got? Diplodocus. Or Diplodocus. That's cool. Got some Stegosauruses up there, too. Fantastic. This is a great location to start with. We won't be able to get all of them. Well, actually, potentially we could, because we do have 5 people. I guess I should check the wildlife tab. That would be faster. So we've got those 5. There's a bunch of rhinoceroses, a bunch of them. Some panthers we'll need to be wary of, and that's it for dinosaurs. So just those 5. I'll have to decide how we want to do this. The bolas we've seen fail pretty miserably against larger creatures, so I'm wary about using them here. Everybody's still mounted, right? Yes. Okay. So we will keep them mounted. That's going to allow them to outrun anything that decides to chase them. We'll try a bola, but I think we're going to be reliant on stun guns as well. Alternatively, we could just shoot the things with rifles. They'll take a lot of bullets to go down, so I think we'll be okay attempting that. Obviously, I'd like to do it as non-lethally as possible because we want to bring these things in. But that's not always viable. So if we have to, we'll pull out the guns. In fact, let's dismount right about here in case we need to do that. And that'll also let the animals graze. Let's see. Yeah, just dismount. Nope, don't drop your gun. Don't drop your gun. Don't try to arrest Bruce. Just kind of spread out. God damn it. Dismount, and then pick up your gun. Bruce, dismount. In fact, I'm going to put Allison here because she's probably faster than Bruce. Bruce, you're going to take up her spot. Lester, when you have your gun, you're going to go more or less next to him. And we'll put Riker over here since he's got good range. And yeah, the animals can just eat. Boss, go ahead and dismount. I think you'll be fine. These things are pretty slow. So everybody's set up. I'm going to ask them to hold their fire. So everybody's holding, right? Boss, you've got that equipped. Do me a favor and throw it at that thing. You hit it, and now it's pissed. Only the one. Do me a favor, don't shoot it. Riker, equip your stun gun. You're going to fire at will. Anybody else have a stun gun? Negative. Okay, so it's just going to be Riker for the time being. Boss, your job is going to be to kite. Riker, are you going to fire? Okay. You killed it. How does muscle shock in the leg kill it? They need to fix that gun because I've found that it's often more lethal than lethal force. That's ridiculous. Okay. Well, they're both males, so it's not like we're going to be able to mate them anyways. And because they're wild animals, unless I have a mod, they won't mate, regardless. But we can fix that. I'll probably get that mod at some point. Well, since that failed miserably, all of you are going to fire at will. And you guys have your guns equipped, right? Let's try it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Things pissed off now. Don't kill it, please. There we go. Yeah, so that was a lot more effective than the stun gun, which is really unfortunate. The other downside is that we have a lot of bleeding to deal with now. But we can solve that. So, let's get a sleeping spot. That would be in furniture. I don't know why I clicked miscellaneous. Anywhere is fine. Riker, if you could, please rescue this thing. And then you're going to treat it. I'm not going to bother with medicine. There's just too many bullet holes in this thing. We just need to stop the bleeding. And then we can worry about it from there. Okay. So, I need you to tend to our friend here. And when he gets the bleeding stopped, we'll look at going after a Stegosaurus or two. What do we have over here? I guess I should let things run while I look. So we have a male age 8, male age 14, and I'm guessing this is a female. Yeah, age 33. I wonder if she's the mother, because she's a lot older than these. Anyways, we could try to get all 3, but I'll probably just try to get 2 of them, a male and a female. And then again, if I can find that mod that lets wildlife mate, we'll go ahead and use it. I wonder if this is an ancient danger. If it's not, let's have them bust in right there. You know what? Let's try it that way. We could mine it, or we could just shoot the hell out of the wall. Probably would have been faster to mine it, but that depends on who's actually present. Why aren't you shooting? Oh, you're out of range. I keep forgetting that thing has really poor range. Yeah, this isn't working. So you clowns, do whatever you want to do. Who's got the food on them? You've got 4. You've got 10. You've got 13, and you've got 10. Okay. Who's the best miner here? Probably Riker. He's probably the best at everything. You've got some passion, though, Lester. Why don't you do it? Or I guess it's deconstruction. What am I saying? It's not mining. So who's the best builder here? 1, 1, 0. I'm guessing, again, Riker. Yep. Well, Riker's busy, so boss, you're going to tear that thing down. We'll have somebody drop the survival meals inside after we put a roof over that, and that'll be our little temporary base. Cool, some of our terraforming research is done. I'm hoping that finishing all that research will fix the terraforming mod, because they've made some changes that unfortunately broke the method that we were using. So, ideally, if we do the research that comes with that mod, maybe it'll fix it, or at least give us a different way to do it, though. If we're stuck using the emitters that they seem to have added, I'm pretty loath to use that. I like the other way better because it simulated, you know, basically just using a shovel and moving dirt around, because that's effectively what we were doing. You know what? No, just sleep on the ground. If I do that, I'm going to have to reassign beds later, and I don't want to do that. But while you're in there, do me a favor and drop those meals so that people can eat. And I am going to ask that we throw a roof over this. I don't think there was one already there, but let's do it anyways. Just to be sure, I'll ask you to build a roof, though you're terrible at it, but whatever. So how's this going? Still a lot of bleeding to stop. And we did do some permanent brain damage to this thing, unfortunately, but it's gonna survive. It'll be fine. I can probably get that out of the way, too. And I guess Bruce is just cleaning up blood, because why not? Why wouldn't you sleep inside? Whatever. Yeah, so I genuinely have no idea why these animals die when we hit them with the stun gun. There's no indication of why it would have. It just says Riker wielding a stun gun expertly pierced the Diplodocus, whoops. Diplodocus is, sorry, that's like a microbe thing. Diplodocus in the rear right leg, which apparently was fatal. It doesn't say that the, you know, like maybe the current stopped its heart or something. There's no indication of that. It just killed it. Which even a bullet, which is a lethal, you know, lethal force, hitting them in the right leg would have done nothing. We hit this other one in the right leg. How many times with bullets? Rear right leg. It took two, probably 5.56 if it's an M16, though I'm pretty sure you can get M16s chambered in other rounds. But most commonly 5.56. The M4 is another 5.56 round. So these are rounds that, you know, if you hit somebody in the torso with them, 1 or 2 would kill you. And 2 rounds of probably 7.62 for the M60. Yeah, I mean, those are all stuff that if you hit a human in the chest would probably kill him pretty quickly. And this thing took 5 of them in the leg, which apparently 1 stun gun shot was enough to kill, doing the same thing. Whatever. I also noticed one of our Gallimimuses got caught in the crossfire and Allison clipped it in the neck, so we're going to need to fix that. I'll have Riker do it when he's done with this, because I don't think... Yeah, no immediate danger, versus this thing is bleeding to death pretty quickly. I don't think... he might be able to do it in time. This is slowly extending, but at the same time, blood loss is already severe and getting worse. It's at 49%. It's at 50 now. It is increasing more and more slowly as he continues his work, though. So I think it'll be okay, but it's going to be a while before this thing is able to move under its own power, which could potentially be an issue, because we'll have to feed it otherwise. But I guess we'll see. Okay, so that dinosaur is fully tended to. There's nothing else we can do to it. Also, the Gallimimus healed almost instantly, so that isn't really an issue anymore, thankfully. Now we need to go for these guys, because we may as well. We're already here. So, let's get everybody awake. Which they're probably all exhausted at this point, but let's get them over here. And we'll set up a firing line. Again, we'll have everybody hold fire. Hopefully Ebola is sufficient, because the Ebola will just take them down straight away, but it seems like on dinosaurs it's just not enough, which is a real shame. Bruce, you have like no range, so you're gonna get up here. Everybody else is gonna sit back a little bit. Riker, you can be back here, I guess. Allison, we're gonna use your Ebola this time, and Boss is gonna help cover. So Allison, you're gonna have to get a little bit closer. Let's test this on one of the males first. The female is the one that we absolutely have to get. So if we screw up on one of the males, it's not that big a deal. So off that goes. It did land. The thing is pissed, but it didn't actually do anything. I'm wondering if like multiple bolas, oh god, is what we need. So who else has one? Lester, get yours out. And that's going to come into range. So hit it with yours and maybe 2 will do it. Apparently the bolas also killed it. Yeah, this mod is not working. The stun gun and the bolas are from the same mod, and apparently non-lethal takedowns are more lethal than lethal force. So forget it. We're not using bolas anymore. I do need to toggle. No, it's fine. I just, sometimes if you don't switch their weapons, it says they're missing their primary weapon. Anyways, we're just gonna have to shoot the damn things. So, light it up. Please don't kill it. Okay, there's one down. And then if you could shoot the other one. Yeah, come on back. Alright, perfect. No more shooting. Well, I can leave you at fire at will. They won't continue shooting. Which one is in more critical condition at this point? 5 hours or 8 hours? God, you guys keep giving these things brain damage. I feel terrible. Technically, I think we can... Well, not if we don't tame them. But generally, if it's an animal that's yours, you can operate on them. We have brain surgery, and what is it? DE Surgeries does let us repair stuff that's not completely destroyed. Even if it is completely destroyed, some things we can just actively repair. So furniture, let's do a couple of animal sleeping spots. We'll bring them inside, and I'll ask for a roof to be built over this, I guess. So Allison, if you could rescue that one, and Riker, if you could rescue this one, that would be great. And then you three can just go about your business. Actually, you know what would be easier is, well, these things are actually really large, so I don't know if it's a good idea to put them all in one area, because it'd be hard to kind of navigate. So, bring them indoors, lay them down, and we'll let Riker start tending to them. Which one is in worse condition again? The male, right? Yeah. So Riker, please start tending. Don't even bother with medicine. You just need to stop the bleeding before they bleed to death. So do that. We'll do the same thing here. I'm almost tempted to ask Allison to do it, because she's the best of the other four at 3, which is pretty pathetic, but she actually hates caring, so she's gonna get really pissed off if I make her do it. I think, yeah, you also hate caring. You don't, but you're pretty bad, and you hate caring. So Boss is the only one that wouldn't like lose it if I asked him to do it. But anything he treats would almost definitely create an infection, so I think it's better to just let Riker do it. Allison, you can go about your business. My other concern is feeding these things. So that's something that we'll need to kind of figure out, because if they're unconscious for a really long time, they'll starve to death. That's, I think, what happened to the turtle that we, or the tortoise, excuse me, I'm doing that again. The tortoise that we sort of tested this whole process on. So, yeah, I don't know how we're going to handle that. Because they can just get up and graze, but if they're unconscious for, like, you know, a week, it's not really going to work. But maybe we can come up with some solution. I could, like, just intermittently have people try to tame them, and that will bring them food every once in a while. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but I think that might work. Can you guys not, like, ride dinosaurs through here? God, Lester, you're pissing me off. Okay, so almost treated here. This one's got 5 hours left, so Riker, you need to double time it. We could kind of bounce back and forth if we had to. So when he finishes, you know, because this has 16 hours now, he could jump back over here, take care of some of these. That one's in a coma. That's not good. Yeah, Riker, switch over to here. Wait, Lester is tending to this thing? Oh, he's feeding it. Okay, well, at least you guys are doing that. That's good to know. I wasn't sure if they would, because we're not actively taming these things. They're just in animal beds. But apparently if it's in an animal bed, your people will feed it. Okay, so please don't die. Please don't die. Blood loss is only severe. It's not gotten to extreme yet. This is only severe as well. But we will need to, again, stop the bleeding here. We're going to have a lot of issues. While he's doing that, let's check back in over on this side. And blood loss is severe, but it's not dying, as far as we can tell. It did get an infection, though, so that's something that we need to keep an eye on. I did have him treat it with herbal medicine, but I'm not sure how effective it was. God, there's so much stuff happening. It looks like it's doing okay. Infection is minor at 22%, and the immunity is at 33%, so we're off to a really good start there. And while we're journeying back, I'm pretty sure they will treat the animals, even though they're not technically part of the caravan. I guess we'll find out. That's kind of uncharted territory. Because the tortoise, damn it, never got an infection. At least not that I remember. I think it ended up dying due to starvation. Looks like some shelves have been finished here. Before they get too full, let's copy the bill from there and paste, not the bill, but the storage allowances, and paste them into all of these. I only want like clothing here, not weapons that we're actually going to use. Okay, then we'll jump back over here. You know what? While we're just hanging out, you guys want to mine some components for me? There's some steel, but that seems unnecessary. Components, on the other hand, are worth grabbing, and there's actually quite a few exposed here. Anything this way? More steel, a lot of steel, actually. That's probably fine. Oh, even more right there. Cool. That will do just fine. Let's go into the work tab, though. Are any of you even set to mining? You're pretty bad at it. Riker actually does it quite frequently. You have literally 0, 1, and 1. If I put it to 4, I think they'll... You know what, I'll do it 3. And wait, one of you had passion for it, but just sucked at it. So that was Lester. Good a time to practice as any. You got nothing else to do. Riker's exhausted. He hasn't slept. He's been tending to these dinosaurs. Well, just finish up this job and then you are free to take a rest. Bat's got an infection, so we'll need to pull the medicine for that. I'm gonna have Boss, when he's done cleaning that blood, I need you, Boss, to run over here. I'll draft you so you don't run off anywhere else. Pick up all the herbal medicine and then come back. Okay, Riker, don't go anywhere. I need you to stop the bleeding here. Oh, you still need to get tended to as well. We need to fix that gunshot wound, or gunshot scar. What are you tending to right now? I don't want him treating the infection without medicine. So maybe I should just have him wait. Yeah, just do me a favor and wait. As soon as Boss gets back, you can finish. I don't think we're going to get any components out of this, guys. They're moving so slow. Riker can do it really fast, but Riker is going to need to sleep for a while. But maybe before we leave, because we'll let these dinosaurs rest for a little bit. We're not in any hurry. We can go... We'll have to take them back, obviously. And once we're done with delivering them, we can stock back up on supplies and head out for the quest, which we still have time to do. So if you could, do me a favor and drop the medicine. And go about whatever you were doing. Riker... That was this dinosaur, right? Oh, 2 infections now. Go ahead and start treating this one, please. And you should grab the medicine to do it. Perfect. Okay. Oh, you're still doing gunshots. I guess that's fine. Just as long as you're treating the infections with medicine, that's what matters. And as soon as they're fully tended to, we'll probably just send these guys home. Because if they wake up, that's going to be bad. Which happened here, unfortunately. So we're going to have to down this thing again, I think. Which, I don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe just punch it? Crap. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Bruce, do me a favor. Melee fight this Diplodocus. It's wounded enough where I think just bruising it up a little bit will take it down. I'm praying he doesn't kill it. But they need to be down for us to transport them back. Come on, you can win this. You'll be a legend for fist fighting a dinosaur. Did it die? No, okay. Somehow... Oh, you were using a knife, you moron. That's my fault. I should have had him drop the knife. I thought he would just pistol whip it with his rifle, but he apparently knew better. Which means that, yeah, Riker, I'm really sorry, but we're gonna have to rescue this thing again. Where was its bed, by the way? It's got to be around here somewhere, because it was laying more or less right there. So I'm going to have to stop the bleeding again, and then as soon as this thing is not bleeding out anymore, we'll immediately get back on the road. Because if they wake up, then we're screwed. I think one dinosaur at a time is probably the best way to go about this. He collapsed due to extreme exhaustion. That's unfortunate. Kind of need to stop the bleeding. I think we're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. So what we need to do is delete the beds and make new beds. So deconstruct, deconstruct, and I'll copy this one. Where is it? I think it's here. Yeah. So copy, deconstruct that. It doesn't matter where they are. They just need to not be able to get to them immediately. So Bruce cannot mount. I'm not asking you to mount it. There. Nope. Don't clean it. Cannot mount. Why can't you rescue it? There's beds. It's not on a bed. Oh, because it woke up again. God damn it. Right, this is becoming a real issue. Also, the game is frozen. Okay. Bruce, drop that, please. Get your fists out and punch the dinosaur. Okay, it's down again. Now then. Oh, you killed it. Well, this was a failed experiment. Anyways. Okay, you two. We can still salvage this. Run over here, please. If we rescue them and then immediately form a caravan, this will still work. So Lester, rescue the Stego. Allison, rescue the Stego. Okay, we've got them. Now then, since we're carrying them, we can reform the caravan. We'll bring everything. Herbal medicine should come with us. Don't care about marble blocks. There's dead animals, probably from the Panthers. I could steal them if I wanted to. It's free meat. Yeah, what the hell? Why not? We'll see if we make it back. I can't take the dead dinos, though. They're too heavy. And make sure we grab that knife. I think that's good. So head home. And through the magic of caravans, we should be able to effectively carry those Stegosauruses over our shoulder all the way home. So it may take a while because Riker unfortunately is like totally exhausted, so they're going to need to rest pretty frequently. But it won't take us that long to get back unless they have to make several stops to rest. It's what they're saying, it's a day to travel. We have a day's worth of food, and depending on how things go, that time will probably tick down more rapidly than it would otherwise, because they're going to continually speed up as we go. But we are very much out of time for the day, so I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. And hopefully, when we come back for the next episode, we'll be back at base with 2 Stegosauruses roaming around our enclosure here that are at least, you know, moderately healthy. We did cause some permanent brain damage, unfortunately. We need a better non-lethal method for bringing these things in, but the non-lethal methods are apparently more lethal than the lethal methods, so I need to maybe go into the mod files of that mod and fix some things because they're not working as intended. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.